G'day folks, and welcome back to Great Chesterford Junction Model Railway. As you know, recently I was working on removable coal loads, and that's become quite effective actually. And then I mentioned, I think in the last video, that I would move on to doing timber loads as well, and just trying to work out a method how to do that. Well, I've worked out how to do it, and I've got quite a few little stacks in my timber yard here, so we'll move over here and we'll have a look at that. Right, so what we've got here is a number of stacks with so-called metal banding on them, and they're all ready for dispatch, and they've been marked up even with the customers' names on them as well. Now, what I've done here to make these liftable is that I've used fridge magnet material, which was originally designed with a photo paper on one side so that you could print your photos onto these things and then stick it on your fridge. Well, I don't do that sort of thing, but I've still got the material. So it's very thin, and on the photo paper side, I've coloured the material to green and yellow and black, etc. And then I cut thin strips of that, and then super glue it, wrap it around the load, and super glue it underneath. And what that allows me to do is, because it's magnetic, it's a fridge magnet, I can just come along with the tool that I use for the coal loads, and I can just pick it up. And which is not so important in this situation here, but if we just move that, you can also pick it up from the end there, which is not so good. But anyway, that's what we do, and it's very, very good to remove it from a wagon. So if I put one of these in the wagon over the back here, just like that, I can just lift it out. So what that does is gives me the potential to have loads that I can transport somewhere and then easily remove them. So that's the idea behind it. Now, this end of the yard here will be the loading end, and I've got a ratio crane, or I've got a build that's going to go in here. So at this point in time, I'm not quite sure how many of these stacks will be removable and how many will stay in place to suit the look of the yard. But at this stage, they're all removable. But I'm assuming the crane's going to go around about here. So we'll have a look at the other end of the yard as well. Now, this end of the yard, everything's fixed in place. We've got a partial stack sitting on top of another stack here, some drums in the corner on a pallet, stack of pallets there, and some pallets and some drums on a pallet here. This is a load preparation area here where we've got a partial stack here and another stack down in front of it. This would be the source of material. This load is being prepared, and you can see there are a couple of coils of steel banding still to go onto this load. There's also some steel banding on a pallet down the front here, and this load is ready to go. And so it's got its 3 bands on. It's also got the customer's name on there, London Joiners. So what we're going to do over here is there's a Woodland Scenics kit that's got a little forklift and some guys standing around. So I'm going to put a forklift in here, and that will sort of make the timber yard make sense, I suppose, because you can have a forklift lifting and manipulating stacks around this area, then bringing them up to the other end to be dispatched, and probably lifted onto the wagons by the crane. So what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to bring a train up to Bamford with another coal load, actually, for the coal merchants here. But in the meantime, before that train arrives, we've got to sort out some wagons here. And what we need is 2 wagons for the timber yard to take a load back down to Great Chesterford. So what we'll have to do is actually bring the local shunter in here and pick these up and deliver some wagons to the timber yard. So we'll get on to that now. We just need 2 wagons for the moment, so we'll just bring 2 wagons out. Now I'll have to open the gate for the timber yard, and we'll deliver those wagons. So these wagons will take a couple of stacks of timber each. So we'll just place those in the wagons. Probably put another couple, I suppose, on top, but it'd be a bit top heavy, I think. Take one of those ones. Right, so we've got our load set up there, and we're right to go. Now, further down the line in Little Bardfield, we're expecting a tanker delivery because we've got 3 empty tankers here, and we've got some wagons to pick up too, some empty wagons. So we'll just have to prepare the site for the delivery that's coming. So what we'll do is remove the tankers and put them with the wagons in anticipation of the next load arriving. So we'll just have to get those tankers out of there and set some points here so we can do that. So we'll use the local shunter to remove the tankers. So we'll just open the gate for the tanker fuel depot there. Change some points so we can access them. And the shunter's on the way back to pick them up. Just remove those now. And we'll shut the gate. Yeah, we'll just bring them back and hook them onto the empty wagons here. So they'll be ready for dispatch. Now we'll just have to uncouple the loco and put the loco into the loading dock siding here where it'll be out of the way. Right, we'll just isolate the loco there. So now we're ready to receive in Little Bardfield. This train here is waiting in Duxford sidings, the cassette fiddle yard, in other words, and you'll notice that we've got 4 coal wagons, 2 tankers, and a horse box on there as well that we have to deliver to Little Bardfield. Now we've got a clear road in Great Chesterford Yard, so this train will be accepted into the yard. So we'll send it on its way. Right, the train will come into the platform road and wait there until it gets clearance to cross the main lines and proceed on to Little Bardfield. Right, the train's cleared to leave now, so now the train can enter the section under the control of Little Bardfield. Right, the train has cleared the section near Great Chesterford Junction now, so Great Chesterford box will let Little Bardfield know that it's cleared the section with the code 2 and 1 and reset the instrument to line blocked. Right, the train will be with us shortly. Little Bardfield notifies Great Chesterford that the train has cleared the section and sets the instrument to line blocked. And it will stop here momentarily just to allow us to uncouple the tankers and so on that we have at the rear of the train. Now the train can move forward into Platform Road where it'll be out of the way. Now our local shunter will come out and start sorting out the wagons. Now, because we've got a horse box on, we will have to just leave the brake van at the end of the line there as we bring the wagons in. So we'll have to uncouple the brake van. Now we'll bring the train back into the yard. Now we'll uncouple the horse box. Now we can place the tankers into the aviation fuel depot. And we'll have to open the gate, put them in there. Of course, we have to uncouple them. And then the shunter can remove itself from the aviation fuel depot. Next thing we'll have to do is pick up the empty tankers and the empty wagons. Now we will draw them out of the sidings, and then we will connect them up to the brake van on the main line. We will now uncouple the shunter from the train and put it back in the sidings. Where it will be isolated. Now we can bring the main train back and connect to the empties. So we can forward it on to Bamford. The train will just pull into the platform road, and then we will seek permission to carry on. Little Bardfield box calls up Bamford box. Bamford box replies. Is the line clear for a pickup goods train? Bamford replies and sets the instrument to line clear. Little Bardfield indicates that the train is entering the section and sets his instrument to train on line. Bamford acknowledges and sets his instrument to train on line where he has control of the train now. Little Bardfield notifies Bamford that the train has cleared the section and sets his instrument to line blocked. The train has just crossed the Thaxted Viaduct and it's in Whittington at the moment, passing through Whittington, as I can see from the indicator up on the wall. And we'll soon be at Little Shelford. And as we pass through Little Shelford, we'll then arrive at Bamford. It's going up a big incline at the moment. It's arrived at Little Shelford, passed through Little Shelford, and now it's coming into Bamford. Bamford notifies Little Bardfield that the train has cleared the section and sets his instrument to line block. The local shunter has now come out of the storage sidings and it's going to pick up the brake van at the end of the train and place it into the siding over near the goods shed. So first we'll have to uncouple from the train and withdraw the van. We've just got to get past the signal box and clear the points, and then we'll change point number 1, which will put us on to the correct road. And we can uncouple that. Now the local shunter is still busy, so it's going to come back out, and what we're going to do is pick up those empty wagons and place them onto the brake van. So it's coming along now. And we're connected. So we'll just uncouple from the train. And withdraw. And these wagons can be put in the siding with the brake van. We might just push the train a bit further up towards the buffer stops. That'll do, I think. And now we can uncouple. And the shunter can withdraw. We can now come back into the yard and pick up the wagons that we have for dispatch, which is a timber load, which is just behind the timber shed. Now we need to clear these wagons so we can get the coal wagons into the coal merchant's yard. So these wagons will be attached to the train with the empties. Now we just have to uncouple. Now the local shutter can go off and start working with the coal wagons, which will free up the diesel there to connect up to the train. First we'll uncouple the wagons, and now we'll bring the shunter in to pick them up. And withdraw them. Now we need to open the gate for the coal merchant's siding so we can get the wagons in there. Now we can bring the wagons in to the coal merchant. Now we only need 3 wagons for the coal merchant, and the other wagon will be taken up to the coaling stage where they'll do some quick unloading on that particular wagon. So we'll just leave those first 3 wagons in the coal merchants there, uncouple those, and we'll withdraw the last one beyond the points, where we'll change point number 8, 9, 10 and 11. 8, 9, 10 and 11, and this wagon can be taken up to the coaling stage. Now we'll just uncouple here. There's a team on hand to unload this wagon immediately, and we'll just take the shunter back to the siding just behind the timber merchant. I think we'll put him in there. And we'll have to reset some points, and we'll just close the coal merchant's gate. Now the diesel is ready to leave the platform road and connect up to the returning train. So it'll just make its way down to the points where you can access the siding next to the platform. Right, it's just coming in now, past the signal box. into the siding and ready to connect to the train. All done. So now we just need a permission to travel back down the line. So that's the end of it, folks. That's how it all works. So when these timber loads get to the other end, they're simply removed and placed back in the timber yard here. So that's how it works. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. How it all works. It certainly added more complexity to the railway, and operations can be quite intense, I suppose, from now on. So the next stage is to work out way bills and all that sort of thing, which will go with the trains as well. But it's becoming more and more intense, which is good, I suppose. Anyway, see you next time. Cheers. Cool, mate.